Beautiful people, welcome and welcome back. Let's discuss book stuff. If you're new here, hi, I'm Erica, and on my channel we do bookish things, like we go on bookish vlogs, we talk about book drama and events, and book news, and I even do like book breakdowns, which I really love to do. So if you're in the middle of reading Oathbound right now, or if you want a refresher, I am doing my Oathbound breakdowns on the channel. So make sure you like, comment, and subscribe this video to be notified of when. And put the notification bell on and all that jazz. But today, I know it's been a while since I had a Let's Discuss Book Stuff, like basically bookish tea. It's been a while. Some stuff was happening like with shelves in the city and all these other things, and I felt like the creators that were actually invited and went, I feel like they did a good job of really sharing their experiences. So and it was just a lot going on at the time. Whew. And then between this whole book stack, yeah, so I guess if you want me to rehash any of those things, I guess just let me know in the comments down below. But around that time, I needed a break from social media. I needed to just log off kind of thing. And plus, I had arcs. I still have arcs that I need to read that require my attention. Sorry in advance. I don't know if you, I don't think I have any cat hair on me, but I'm a new cat mommy. So, I'm trying to survive with the fur. I'm getting my things together. Okay. Anyways, but in today's Let's Discuss Book Stuff, we're going to talk about the A Million Lives Book Festival, because if you did not see it yet, it happened this past weekend, May 2nd and May 3rd, and everyone's calling it the Fyre Festival of like bookish events. And we're going to see why. So this was hosted at the Baltimore Convention Center, and this was actually hosted by Archer Management, I believe. I almost said Archer Farms, not the same thing. Archer Management, I believe. And I actually think the main woman that was in charge of this, her name is Grace Willows, or at least that's her author name. And I believe she has a debut coming out next month, June 7th. So anyways, people have been talking about this. I never knew about this festival. However, I'm not traveling anywhere this year. I shouldn't say that. I should say if I can't get there in a reasonable amount of time by car, I'm probably not going there this year. So if it involves plane tickets and all this other stuff, I'm not probably going. Sorry. So, but anyways, people knew about this like last year, 18 plus months ago. I believe the host even reached out to authors, because it's not only the authors who got reached out to, it was also like other hotels, other sponsoring bookstores. So yes, attendees has seemed to gotten scammed, but also did the indie authors who attended and booked a table and invest in having enough books, because this event was quoted to have 500 plus people. 500 plus people. And the sad thing is there was nowhere near that in attendance at all. So yeah, so this happened May 2nd to May 3rd in the Baltimore, Maryland area. And A Million Lives Book Festival is really like the perfect event to make bookish friends. I mean, that's the whole marketing ploy there. And it includes a vendor hall. It'll include like cosplay meetups and competitions. There'll even be a content creator room, and you can pay extra if you want to do and attend the ball. No ball was had because there's no balls there. Okay, it's giving, yeah. So yeah, so let's talk about the ticket prices if you wanted to attend this thing. The lowest ticket was $50 at the time, and that's for the page turner, and that's only for one day. So you still get to do the cosplay meetups, the content creation, the vendor hall, you know, where all the other authors would be. But that's only for May 2nd. So if you wanted to go to 2 days, like if you wanted to go to both days, you had to pay $100 more to be a cloud walker, $150. And you were able to go to May 2nd, May 3rd, and then you were also able to get an event swag bag, which there's a reason why the swag bag didn't happen, so they say. And then the highest one that I saw was the Dreammaker, which is $250. So you got to do everything that the page turner and the cloud walker got to do, but you also got to go to the ball. And that Lavender Romance Ball is what it's called, including panels and things like that. So there's a lot going on. So let me just let's just break this down a little bit. So page turner. Okay, so that's $50 already. Not counting if as an attendee anyway, not counting if you have to travel. A lot of people have to fly in. A lot of people did not live in the Maryland area. Or a place where you could closely commute. So a lot of people had to travel. A lot of people had to do airplane tickets. A lot of people had to do accommodations. They did have a hotel block for people to purchase. But you had to do all of this for what you think is going to be an amazing event, and it's low-key kind of crickets. And that's kind of the sad part about this. It's like, this is not the first bookish convention that I have recently heard of it going awry. This is not the first one. I think Readers Take Denver happened last April. And that was like one of the first major ones. And that one, I think, based on what some of the other creators were saying, that one was actually a little different in the fact that it's had multiple conventions, but this one was like the biggest one they had and wasn't prepared. This one, on the other hand, it seems like they were trying to boast that it was going to be this really big convention, and the ticket sales were not true. The projected ticket sales were not true. The attendance was not true. And the whole logistics of it was not good. So what I heard was, word on the curb is, when you walk into the convention center, there's like this basic signage that you probably wrote or print up. There wasn't any. I just think when I'm going to a convention, and I've never been to a bookish convention, but I think if I'm paying hard-earned money in this economy, child, to go somewhere, and I'm traveling, child, and I've known about this for a while now. I'm thinking, okay, when I walk in, we're gonna make this a big deal. Like, there's gonna be balloons, there's gonna be streamers, there's gonna be something, there's gonna be a really nice signage to go with it. That did not happen at all. And it turns out like May 2nd was actually less people in attendance than May 3rd, because May 3rd was, again, you can pay the lowest ticket price to attend one day. And if you want to attend both, that would have been $150 versus $50. And I'm just like, what? But a lot of people might have wanted to do that, because if you're already traveling there, you might want to do that for more than one day, kind of thing. Anyways, so that's a vendor hall, and they had just a sad looking rose petals. They had sad looking just books on their own. Like, they had things there that it just did not. Based on the footage that I've seen, this looks like something that, like, if I had to put together in a weekend and it was a free thing. It wasn't like, oh, all I got, actually not even a weekend. I think, I don't know. The convention center is a convention center. They know how to host conventions. So with there being a lack of decor, a lack of music, even, like, one of the people that worked at the convention center felt bad and had to bring his own, like, Bluetooth speaker from his house, put it on a chair, and that was the DJ. I mean, think about it. If you're going to a ball, you're promised a DJ and all this other stuff. All you're getting is a cash bar where you have to pay $10 for this and $5 for soft drinks. No DJ. You are on the kindness of someone that works there to bring their Bluetooth speaker. No decor in this ball, child. No decor. Like, proms are a thing, right? Like, you can make a prom happen. Basically, that's how I think of a ball. You can make a ball happen. You can make a prom happen. Your high school prom was better than this. What happened? What happened? If you're paying tickets and you're paying extra to go to the ball, $250 for 2 days, swag bags, that did not happen. I heard that the swag bags was thrown away by the convention center or something like that, which, again, is a convention center. They do conventions there. I don't think they would get rid of things, right? And I don't know if the host had the idea, like, oh, the convention center will decorate it or whatever. I don't even know logistically plan. Like, okay, probably the closest that I have to had to plan a ball or anything like that, or a meetup or anything, would be my wedding. Now, I low-key didn't want a DJ at my wedding, but if I didn't have a DJ at my wedding, I knew that the space that I had really good sound systems, and you could hook your phone to that. We wasn't just hoping and winging on a prayer on a Bluetooth speaker on a chair named Steve. That wasn't our only musical source, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I mean, and you had over a year to plan this. It's kind of sad. And a lot of indie authors did take a hit with this because, again, not only like many attendees, you bought the tickets, they bought the author table. They bought their books because, again, they were quoted 500 plus people were supposed to be here. So you want to make sure you have enough books for the people that already love you, the people that are discovering you, and you want to have that available so you can sign it, you can connect with them, build a fan base. And that was not the case. I think one of the attendees said a generous number is that 200 people at most, and that's being very generous, attended when it was projected to be 500. Now, so yeah, so the event swag bags, some of them got thrown away. Some people paid extra sponsor stuff, so they weren't even included in some of the things that were given away. Yeah, some swag bags were handed out, but some were not even branded. Like it's kind of like thrown together. There was no decorations, like I said. There was no signing at the ball. Oh, and the food, what I heard was like chips and crackers. Cookies and crackers. It wasn't like, again, like you would expect if you're paying $250 for something. You know what I mean? So I guess there was not even catering up to par with that. No official schedule was ever posted of the panels. Like, again, there was panels. So a lot of people who were on the panels didn't even know what time the panel started for them to be ready. No one went to go get them, to procure them or anything like that. I don't even think they really knew what they were talking about or what the discussion was. I think someone mentioned there was some guy in the back during the Black Indigenous People of Color panel who was asking like ChatGPT type questions about diversity to ask them, and it kind of came off really offensive, actually. So the event organizer was simply shot when it was time for a lunch break. But the room wasn't actually closed for lunch, making it difficult for authors to feel okay about stepping away from their table. Yeah, so and there was even like no true way to make announcements. Like the logistics of this whole thing seems like it was very, for it to be pre-planned and people to reach out to people and blah, 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 it seemed very like drop the ball. I always have the belief of like under promise and over deliver. I say that because you don't want to say, yeah, we're going to have 500 people. Again, I could tell you again from my wedding experience, people who RSVP don't come, people who don't RSVP comes. Did I say that right? You can have like an estimate, but I know how people are, some people who pay don't show up, some people who say they will don't, some people who didn't say anything, just pop-ups like, oh, they know I'm coming. Like you cannot quote that there's going to be 500 people there, and especially if you didn't sell 500 tickets, and then come to find out, shortly, like as we're leading up to the actual event time, they were selling tickets for 40% off, if not more, which I don't know how common that actually is, because usually if you go to an event, the price is the price. Like the only time you get a discount is if you do like the early bird special, not towards the end of it and you're realizing, oh snap, like there's not going to be that many people. There was also some discussion with Four Seasons Books, because I guess their name has been brought up when being talked to with other authors or other people, and that actually had to put out a statement to let them know, like, we talked with the organizer back February 26th this year, but we clearly communicated that we would not be participating. Like, we're not with your dumpster fire. We're not doing this. They declined politely and clearly because we are unable to source most of the featured books wholesale and had concerns about logistics. When they talked about logistics specifically, I think they're not just talking about the logistics of them sponsoring an event. I think they're talking about the logistics of what the organizer is doing. I feel like they knew, based on probably some of the questions they had from the organizer, that they knew something's not right here and this would be a loss for us. In fact, people have lost thousands of dollars at this failed a million lives book festival. A lot of people calling it a million lies. And some of the sponsor prices, why some people would pay $250, include several perks that just did not come to fruition. They did not deliver on their promise. So then the author says 2 weeks before the event, the organizer, Grace, sent out an email saying their Hilton rep wasn't responding, so the group will be moved across the street to the Days Inn. You know, here's, if you couldn't tell my thoughts, here's my thoughts. I don't know. Like, planning a wedding is one thing, right? That's one thing. And a lot of people, when you're planning a wedding, even if it's like more intimate, like mine was a more intimate wedding, I think, like under 100 people, okay? That's what we wanted, just under 100 people, okay? Probably like 60, 70 something. Anyways, so if I'm hosting a convention, if I'm thinking I'm going to do this, like, I still had to delegate things on my wedding day, even though I had less than 100 people. Okay. I still needed to delegate. I still needed some help, right? I still needed help and support. I still needed to delegate, and I still need to trust other people. There's no humanly way possible to host a convention where you say there might be 500 plus people and you don't have a team. And it feels like there was never an intention to have it. I just don't understand what the goal was. The goal was to have a convention, right? But like, you don't even have, like, I'm sure the convention people actually have security and things like that. Like, they have their own security, whatever. But you don't have anyone like really greeting people, handing out bracelets, like, or badges. Like, the badges didn't happen. So then, like, really any Bob off the street could say, I'm coming to the convention, whether they paid or not. So that's a slight to the people that did pay. So you don't even have that. Like, that's the first step. Like, how we're going to handle people on entry. We don't even have really that much signage. We don't even have bracelets. We don't even have badges. We didn't even deliver on our promise about the event swag bags. We don't even have decor. You don't even have decor like you would. Like, what? A lot of these things you would have already had. A lot of these things are not on the convention. A lot of these things are not. How do you not have all your items and all your things? How do you not have that beforehand? Like, again, I can only talk about wedding. I had my decorations a long time ago. And granted, I planned my wedding in, hold on, let's see. I planned my wedding in 5 months. No wedding planner, just me, my family members, and all of that. And that was just for 60 people, 60 plus people. And I had my decorations a long time ago because some decorations didn't work out. I had friends that even helped me as well. Tons of friends helped me with the signage, made it really beautiful. Decorations, cake, food, all of that, right? Like, that's in 5 months for 60 plus people, right? You have over a year. And if you're thinking you're going to try to handle 500 people by yourself, you're sadly mistaken. You're sadly mistaken. You need someone greeting you. I think she would have been better off saying, like, we're looking for volunteers. Like, a lot of people, a lot of these big events, they even have volunteers help them. Like, we have a Juneteenth festival coming up, and volunteers is a major part of that. We have volunteers and sponsors. So volunteers could have been greeting and work through the process of, like, how to check to make sure these people bought their tickets and who deserves a badge or not, and blah, blah, blah. You would have already had your badges already ordered and set a long time ago. Like, you are already bringing them with you early in the butt booty crack of dawn. Like, what are you saying? It really felt like, from what I've seen online, again, I did not attend, but what it seemed to me online is like this host went to Dollar Tree, picked up some rose petals, had a couple of books in her bag, and said, there you go. Oh, and here's a couple of bracelets that I had from who knows when, and that's all I got for you. And I think that's really sad. I think I would be livid. So needless to say, there was an apology. There was an apology. We'll look at this apology right now.
Hi everybody. I am wanting to issue a formal apology. I do understand that the ball tonight was not set up to standards. There were a lot of issues with getting set up and it was not set up well. I want to apologize. If you would like a refund, please contact me and I will issue a refund immediately. Thank you.
About that, I also saw an author saying that like that would have never, like the refunds would have never happened if it wasn't for someone confronting her. And in this video, at least, it seems like she's only taking responsibility for the ball part, because again, the food, yeah, we had cash bar, but then like where's the DJ at? Again, if you had a DJ, 9 times out of 10, you would have already had that secured a long time ago. A lot of these things feel like they're a failure of pre-planning. Not like, oh, this didn't work out the last minute. No, it just kind of seems like, did you not book a DJ, a reputable DJ to come up there, right? Did you not work out the logistics of that? Did you not already have the swag bags of it? Like a lot of these things are pre-done, and I don't think a convention center would have thrown that away. And even so, like I'm such a I'm not a controlling person, but I like to be in control. The way I would be like, look, I gotta wake up at the butt booty crack of dawn, and me and my team and my volunteers, we're gonna be there the day of, setting everything up, because again, did the convention center say you could come in the night before to decorate, or do you have to do things kind of like much like a wedding, where many weddings you have to go like the morning of? And a lot of these things just feel like these were requirements of you pre-planning, and it didn't come through. And so there was almost a problem at every stop. The only time there wasn't a problem was like you secure the location and the rooms, but like that seems to be like the most of it. So all that to say, people are getting refunds. I think refunds should just be automatic. I don't think anyone should have to reach out to you for a refund. If you paid, you did not get what, in my opinion, you did not get what you paid for. You deserve a refund automatically. So they are doing refunds. They said, I wholeheartedly apologize for how this event turned out this weekend. We are currently processing refunds as fast as we can. All refunds will be processed by May 31st. We thank and appreciate you for your patience. And they really wanted you to please send an email or fill out the contact form on their website, including your order number to receive your refund. And I just think, you know what? Make it automatic. You have an order list. You know who paid. Just click refund on that. Click refund on that. I shouldn't then also have to go through, fill out a form, do all this for a refund. It was not up to, I don't care. This does not seem like it's up to standard in any part. You know how pissed off I would, sheesh. I'd be so mad if I paid $250, $50, whatever. That lady will low-key almost have to give me my $50 back out of her own wallet. You have to go dig down in your purse, and you would have to give me my refund immediately. I'm not playing. Like that's crazy. That is insane. Anyways, so this is an ongoing thing. I don't know if anything else will come up from this. I know a lot of creators and a lot of people who were in attendance were documenting this, everything that was going on. So make sure you check out those videos as well. But what do you think about this? Do you think this is the Fyre Festival of bookish events, pretty much? I just really kind of wonder what was the point. It seems like you didn't pre-plan anything, so why go through the trouble of saying, oh, I'm gonna do this, and try to promote it if you weren't going to deliver? I think if I had to do a bookish event like on my own, like without a team or something like that, you could still rent out a convention center room or something like that if you wanted to, but I would definitely sell tickets a lot sooner, a lot earlier, so that way you have that money to then put towards decorations and stuff like that. I would definitely see if I could get volunteers, definitely see about the sponsorship super, super early. so that a way you know what you're dealing with. But I wouldn't try to do a major thing by myself. Oh, a small intimate wedding was enough. And I still needed help. I still needed help. I still needed to delegate. I'm thankful for my tribe that helped me. But if you're trying to just do this all you and your husband, like it's just mission impossible. Okay, I didn't go to the Million Lives Book Festival, and I'm absolutely heartbroken for those who did. But I'm curious if all the money that should have went to accommodations and decor is the money she used to book a lavender farm and Panera catering for our upcoming book launch. That is speculation. I don't know because, again, like I said at the beginning of this video, she's launching, I believe, her debut June 7th, and they already have a event in October, nocturnal something or rather, planned under Archer Events or Archer Management. They had this event, and they also have one in October, and I'm like, child, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I think we need to scale down and get more help. But yeah, I'm just kind of curious. Do you think that was a satisfactory apology? How would you feel? Were you someone that did book the ticket and did go? How was your experience? But yeah, I just wanted to bring that to you guys. Let me know if you want me to talk about anything else. Again, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, peace.